Hello YouTube, today is May 4th, 2012, and I'm going to talk about some serious issues today. First of all, we have May Day. What's the point of May Day? Now, it's not necessarily, Mayday, hello, help, I'm trapped. Mayday, hello, like, get the 411, bro, I got some Mayday going on. No, it's more like, why do you exist? Why do protesters exist? The only point of May Day is because they're complaining about taxes, stupid things that have no solution to them. And it's just undecisive, it's stupid. It's stupid. I was watching the Young Turks the other day, and they said that they were going to support May Day. Are they on crack? Are they on crack? Okay, were they there? Like, I just lost, like, all respect for them if they were there. That's just, it's the Occupy movement, right? Where did this start? When did humanity all join the Sarah Palin party? Africa, the country. When did we all start to lose brain cells? Oh, that's right, since we attended all these Occupy protests and smoked so much pot. And then we attend more, and then more, and then more, and then more. What is the point of the Occupy protest? And it reminds me even more of the tuition fee strike. What was that in, like, Quebec? Where students were walking out of their classrooms because they didn't want to pay their tuition fees. Oh, it's like, it's all in one. It's the Sarah Palin party of stupid. That's what it is. So now I'm going to explain why May Day is a stupid day. Alright, it's otherwise known as National Worker Day, but they've recently joined with the Occupy movement, and it's just gone to shit. It's just, I've lost for words. That's how ridiculous this is. One of the statements was, don't go shopping, take a day off work, get out of class. We have a problem here. All these protests on May Day, May the 1st, 2012, were happening across the world. It was like, it wasn't just Canada, because I'm talking about Canada right now. It was in Indonesia, it was in Europe, so it was all over the place. And they're asking for something that cannot be attained. Tax the rich. Do this, do that, do this, do that. There's so many reasons why it's stupid. One of the reasons is, from 1995 to 2009 was a rising point in period inequality. The poorest Canadian household's average income increased to 23%. How can you complain after looking at the statistics like that? How can you say, oh, okay, we're gonna go protest because 23% of people, it's only 23%, that other 70%, 70-something percent, we're gonna support them, we're gonna make everyone get a good job, blah, blah, blah. That's not attainable. We're living in some idealistic fairyland. That's not attainable. Some people can't get a job, okay? It's like if you want to do something good, if you want to do something good for the world, get off your freaking tent ass and go get a real job. So as I said, that increased by 23% in between 1995 and 2009. Only 2.1% of people belong in the low-income cutoff every year since 2002 to 2007. 2.1%! 2.1! Look. 2? No, protesters. This isn't an 11. This isn't an 11. This is a 2. No. How about I do it this way? You know what? I can't do it this way because you're going to think this is not an 11. This is a 2. This is a 2 as well. Don't get confused. I know you've smoked a lot of pot today. Okay, I know you smoke pot every day. This isn't a 2. This is an 11. Okay, let's go over this again. 2. Now we're gonna go for the point. Okay, decimal. Get ready. I know you forgot about this in school. 2. So 2, same thing. 0.1. 2.1%. Yay, you passed grade 4. Congratulations. They're lazy people who don't make any sense, and they're living in a fantasy land. And they need to grow up. You need to grow up. All these Occupy craps, you need to grow up. All these May Day craps, you need to grow up. Like, I can understand if you were living in the USSR, for all you Sarah Palin partyists who don't know anything and think Africa's a country. That's Russia. Okay, I can see all you guys living in, I don't know, what's a good year? 1985 in Russia. and I can see you people occupying, and you'd have a great movement going on. But in a developed country, come on. You think this is the only way you can reach government? Seriously? Tax the rich. Tax them. You don't live in a bleak and impoverished war zone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we don't Canada. I'm sorry we don't Indonesia. I'm sorry we don't Europe. And you wouldn't believe how annoyed Canadians are when they're driving back from work because these protesters have combined with May Day. Remember, this is one. This is two. May Day, protesters and or Occupy, and the occupiers. We got two idiots. We got people coming home from work. They can't get home from work because they're stuck on the freaking highway and you're blocking them from getting home. How is that benefiting? How's that benefiting anyone but the protesters? When the protesters are saying, "Oh, we're protesting because of this and this and this and this, and this is going to help this and this and this," basically they're only helping themselves. And I've seen loads of interviews on these protesters, like, "Oh, I want to be a scientist. Oh, I want to be a historian. Oh, I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to be this." When did Sarah Palin have more children? This is ridiculous. This is bull. This is disgusting. This is a waste of time. This is a waste of time for them and everyone else. First of all, they need to grow up. They need to get a real job. And they are protesting about nothing. They're living in Soviet Russia. Okay? They're all living in a Chernobyl wannabe land. You know what? Let's be current. They're all living in Fukushima. They're all living in the plant. And they're saying, "This isn't fair. We need to get out of this place. It's not fair." I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous. Get the 411 watt, bro. I got some Mayday going on.